Let's just call him all black everything. Because when I met him, that's what he was wearing. Black hat, black glasses, black hair, well, brown hair, but I later found that out later because he didn't really wash it that much. Black shirt, black jeans that were really gray jeans because he had washed them way too much. Black shell toe kicks. And I think, man, I have never seen a white man commit to a monochromatic color scheme outside of a Backstreet video. Who is this guy? Turns out he was a friend of a friend, and we ended up working together. And though he was incredibly flirtatious, I didn't really pay attention to him. I mean, guys, he was old. He was really old. I was 17, and he was 24. Way too old for me. Yet the years passed. In 2013, I turned 22, and he asked me via Facebook, hey, would you like to go get a drink? I say sure, because I just turned 22. I can actually go out and get drinks legally. So we go to bar, to bar, to bar, and we end up at the illustrious, at the incredible Patty Boom Booms. Now, okay, who here has been to Patty Boom Booms? Hey, Patty Boom Booms, may it rest in peace. Now, for those who don't know what Patty Boom Booms is, Patty Boom Booms was this club on 13th and U that played reggae music all night, and you could get your Jamaican patties on the first floor, and you could get your boom boom on the second floor. So it was a perfect place to go to a date. We walk in together, and we immediately stand out. I am the only non-West Indian black in the room, and he's the only white guy in the room. But you know what? Everybody's dancing, the drinks are flowing, the reggae's kicking, the rum is flowing. So, hey, we're all family. So we go upstairs, the reggae's pumping, we start dancing, and then suddenly, guys, it's like a movie. Like, for real. You see one of those, what's those called? A disco ball? One falls down off the sky. We turn and look at each other. He looks at me, and I look at him, and we kiss on the dance floor. It was really hot. So yeah, we started hanging out, take that as you will, and as the weeks turned to months, I think, man, I really like this guy. Until we have our first big fight over something I really don't know anymore, but to say, I'm sorry, I was a dick. He hands me a pair of earrings, and I'm touched because this is my first time ever receiving a pair of jewelry from a man I'm seeing. And guys, they're so beautiful. They're handmade in emerald green. And I think, wow, these are gorgeous. But I also noticed that they're in the shape of the continent of Africa. And I think to myself, did this white man just hand me Africa? It's not weird. It's totally not weird. I mean, it wasn't like he bought them for me. He had gone to South Africa for a trip and made friends with an artisan who gave him a bunch of earrings to hand out to friends in the United States. It's not weird. It's not weird. It's totally not weird. So we continue seeing each other, and I start meeting his friends, and I start really liking this guy. I mean, he's smart, like magna cum laude smart, and he's a talented writer, and he's a talented DJ. And as the months turn into a year, I think, man, maybe I have a future with this guy. One day, I realized I left my pajamas at my house, and I'm staying at his house for the night. And I asked him, hey, do you have anything I could sleep in, like a T-shirt? And he goes like, I have something for you. It's gonna be real sexy. So, who here has heard of a dashiki? For those who haven't heard of a dashiki, this is how it looks like. I'm just gonna make a small pan. It's not weird. I mean, he went to Harlem, and he was a tourist, and he just wanted something to remember his trip by. No, fuck that. It's weird. It's totally weird. So I asked him, what's with these gifts? What are you doing? And he's like, I don't think it's a problem for white people to be interested in African culture, and I try to model that in my day-to-day life. honey, do you mean African cultures, as in plural, as in it's an entire continent with multiple languages and countries and whole histories that are not able to be classified under this one banner? Offended, top knot of failing, he says, why is it a problem? I mean, do you have a problem with your blackness? And we start fighting. And we don't stop fighting. And the fighting only gets worse once I find out about Mina, the pretty, petite Japanese-American activist. And then I found out about the girl from Pakistan and the girl from India and the girl from Sri Lanka. It's a whole South Asian trifecta. And eventually the fighting comes to a crescendo and I say, fuck you, bitch, and that's the end. Well, until one day I get lonely and I miss his big brown eyes and I miss his beautiful dimples and I miss some other parts of him and I go on Facebook and I want to see his face. Now, instead of going right so I could go through all the recent profile pictures, I clicked to the left. So I found his old photos from college. And there he is, circa 2006, with his arms wrapped around a thin brown woman and his hair, thin brown hair, magically woven into cornrows. At this point, I'm nauseous. And I start thinking, do we really have a future? I mean, at this point, I've cleared out the South Asian trifecta, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm supposed to go to Shabbat dinner with this guy. Do I really have a future with him? Is he really here for me, or is he here because it gets him a little bit closer to all black everything? Eventually, we get really tired, and I actually found out that there's a South African woman that he's getting ready to go visit in Brazil, and I have to face the reality of the situation. And I don't know about other people and their relationships. And it's clear that I could be attracted to a white man. It's clear that I can dream about a future with this particular white man. But do I really have it in me to date another one? I'm not sure. I think I would always wonder if he was really here for me. I don't want to be loved because I'm black, nor do I want to be loved in spite of it. I want to be loved for who I am. So he and I don't talk anymore. And I've made the decision that when it comes to my future relationships, I have to make sure that they are a different kind of all black everything. Thanks, guys.